Good morning, everyone. I'm coming to you this morning as I am at 7:51 in the morning. I've been up since 5:30. It is raining like crazy today, and it's supposed to rain all day long in my area. And so the sun is up. Chico and I are in my office. He's chilling out in his bed, and I'm on my second cup of coffee. I wanted to come in, have a little coffee with y'all, and let you know that I did have plans to go to Ollie's and Dollar Tree in a kind of a resale shop today, but with this rain, I canceled it. And so it was a combination of the rain, plus I have some projects that I need to get done in my kitchen. I want to get the I want to get the sauerkraut started, number one, and I have bell peppers and onions in the refrigerator that I need to get chopped up. And some of them are going into the freezer, and some of them I'm going to leave to go into my salads. And so I'm going to chop them all up and get them put into a bowl and then decide how much of it is going to go into the freezer. And I'm just going to put it in a Ziploc bag, is what I'm going to do. And yeah, and so I need to do that. Chop up some of the onions as well and get that ready for me to do recipes later. So, those are the things that I have planned to do today. I'm going to chill out, take it easy, spend time with Chico, making sure I'm taking care of his paws. And like I said, I'm going to give myself 3 or 4 days. Chico is, he's not sick, okay? But I'm thinking that it is the rough patches on his paws. And so yesterday, I spent some time grooming him up, going in between his paw pads and clipping all the fur off of it, washing the paws really, really good, and putting the paw balm on it. And I think I'm going to do that twice a day, um, and see how, and limit his walks and see how um, it works, it progresses. When we start going back on his walks, I'm going to put his shoes on, and I'm going to train him to be able to keep those shoes on when we go for walks. But I'm not doing it now while he's in the pain, all right? Okay, so while he's limping, he's not showing any signs that he's in pain. He runs through the house, he plays through the house. He is doing all the things that he did before. He just has a limp. And he only has a limp for a short period of time. Once he gets moving and stuff, there's no limp. And so it's just when he starts to slow down do you see that limp. Um, and so I'm going to focus in on his paws now and getting them in good shape. And then once they're in good shape, then I'm going to be training him to keep those shoes on. And I think what did it was us walking on the pavement. I think that's what it did. What did it? I've been doing some research and talking to um, different people, and I'm realizing that that may have done it. The 6 walks that we're doing on pavement, even though he has the option to go into the grass, he's choosing to stay on the pavement. And so I think that may have been what did it. So we're going to take measures to make sure um, that his paws get into good shape, and then from then on, he's going to be wearing shoes. Now, Spice never had this issue, okay? But Spice is not Chico. So, anyway, so that's what I'm going to do today. We're chilling out today, getting some projects done that need to get done in the kitchen. And yeah, we're just chilling out. And I do want you to know that me drinking the electrolyte every day is making my gut feel a lot better. I don't know what it is about the electrolyte that um, is helping with my gut, but it is. And so I'm going to be drinking one of those every day. And yeah, and so I'm working on getting my electrolytes in every day now. And like I said, it's my gut's feeling a whole lot better. So, and I'm working my way through all the produce that I have in the refrigerator. So, I'm going to be doing the sauerkraut today. I'm going to be chopping up all the onions and the bell peppers that are in there. And I'm going to steam up the broccoli. Okay, I'm going to steam up a bag full of broccoli. And I'm going to add the onions, bell peppers, butter, and a teaspoon of water to steam the broccoli up. And I'm going to use one of those steamable bags that I have that I got free. Might as well. They're sitting up in my cabinet. And that's going to be a side that I'm going to have with my food today. Also, I took out, remember the rotisserie chicken that I got, not this Wednesday, but last Wednesday? I took that out and it's thawing out, and I'm just going to take all the chicken off of the bone, off the carcass, the bone. And I'm going to keep the bone, and I'm going to make chicken broth out of the bone. And I'm either going to do one of two things. I'm either going to jar it up and put it in the refrigerator for later use, or I'm going to can it or freeze it. I'm not sure, but I am going to make chicken broth out of it, and so I can use it into a variety of things. I might make chicken soup. Who knows? Who knows what I'll get into. I might use it to steam the vegetables. Okay. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to do with that chicken, rotisserie chicken that I got from the food bank. And then I got a pound of ground beef out, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with it. I do want to use up some of the onions and peppers with it. So I just might make me some ground beef with onions, bell peppers. I have some tomatoes in there I need to get used up, and make a taco filling with it. Maybe that's what I'll do, because I have those little tiny taco shells now. So that's what I might do with it. All right. I'm thinking through what I'm going to be doing today. And so I'm going to sit here and enjoy my last cup of coffee. And for breakfast, I have scheduled a smoothie. So I'm going to make one of the smoothies, and I'm going to use blackberries this time. Hi, everyone. Ooh, I tell you what, today is one of those days where I am just chilling in the house. I finally got out of my pajamas and into a dress. Now, it is hot and humid here. Chico has had his paws moisturized, cleaned up and moisturized this morning. We are chilling in the house today. And so I'm going to get in here. It is almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to get in here and make my fruit smoothie. My smoothie that is a keto-friendly smoothie. And yeah, so let's get in here, and I'm going to feed Chico too. Hello, everyone. I want y'all to hear in the background the rain. I got up at 5:30 this morning and it was already raining. So I'm going to assume that it started raining about 4:30 this morning. It is now 9:48 and it has not stopped. Some days in my climate, in my area, it is like this, and it's supposed to be like this all day long. So we are going to be flooded in today, and that is why I canceled my trip out, because I knew that it was going to, that the weather forecast was showing that it was going to rain like this non-stop for hours. And so when this happens, I don't go out. I don't do anything because I'm retired. If I was working, I would, but I'm not. I'm retired, so I don't go out and do anything. What I am going to do is stay in and make myself a smoothie. So let me get the ingredients together for this smoothie and I'll be back. So this fruit smoothie, I keep calling it a fruit smoothie because that's the way I've called it all my life, but it is going to have fruit in it, all right? But we're going to start off with 1 cup of unsweetened chocolate almond breeze milk. 1 cup. This is a 1/3 cup because that's what I'm going to be using to measure, so I need 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we got that in there. Then I'm going to take 1/3 cup of Greek yogurt, plain, and that's going to give it the creamy element. And it's good for my gut. Got it. I licked that spoon because I like me some yogurt, and it doesn't matter if it has flavoring in it or not. All right, I am going to add 1 scoop of the protein powder. Sweetener, 1 little sweetener, and I am going to add 2 or 3 blackberries. 1, 2, 3. 3 blackberries to it. Not a lot. It says 1/2 cup, but that's definitely not 1/2 cup. And then ice. I'm gonna add some ice. Give me a second. I'm going to move y'all just slightly so I can get into the freezer for the ice. One. I think I put 5 in there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put 6. here. I'm going to go ahead and empty the ice trays in the background, because that's what I do. I'm already here, might as well. All right. So now it's set up for me to refill them. All right, I'm going to put the lid on this. Got all the ingredients in there. I'm going to put the lid on this. I'm going to blend it up and I'll bring you back. Okay, here we go. This is a vanilla chocolate blackberry smoothie. Oh, this is good. I'm going to sit down with my smoothie and enjoy this with the rest of the coffee from this morning. And then we'll get in here and debone a chicken. That's what I'm waiting for, the chicken to finish defrosting. See? It's not stopping him. He's running through the house. He's eating. He's doing all the things. Yeah, those are the boxes right there from the gifts that I got. And so I can't take them out. I was going to take them out today to the dumpster, but it's raining. It's raining and flooding outside right now. And this is why I didn't go out today, people. The streets are flooded. It has not stopped raining all day, all morning, completely flooded. And it's supposed to rain like this all day long. So everybody's in shelter, the cats, the dogs, people. Now they went to work, you know, people in the neighborhood went to work. But if I don't have to go out, I'm not in this. Not in this. I want y'all to see this way. There's standing water in my front yard. Completely saturated ground. Yeah, we're not going anywhere. Chico and I are staying in. Hi everyone. I'm bringing y'all in to let you know it's 12:15 and it is still raining. It has not let up. I took the rotisserie chicken and broke it up into 6 different meals, and then I have a little container with some chicken in it that I might make a chicken salad out of. So I broke up the breast into 4 meals, and then legs and thighs, they were small, so a leg and thigh portion in 2 of them, and then whatever meat was left on the bone went into that small one on the left top. And so all of this is going into the refrigerator, and I'll be using that for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. All right, I'll be eating that. And then I'm going to also add in ground beef. I'm going to be cooking up some ground beef today and making, I don't know, maybe taco meat out of it. So this is the chicken part. All right, everyone, I'm bringing you in to show you the next project that I'm going to work on today. Since I'm home, I might as well get these projects out. And yeah, so the very first thing I'm going to do is take these heads of cabbage that I got from Walmart, and I'm going to take the outer leaves off of these and get to the inner core of this. I'm going to toss this. I'm going to get these into the sink and wash them up, taking off any of this right here. And I'll bring you back. All right, so the cabbage is now cleaned up, and I want to show you that I kept 2 good clean leaves from each cabbage. This is from 1 cabbage head. me get the other one out. And this one is from the second cabbage head. And I'm going to use these later. I'm going to take the core out of the cabbage. I'm going to cut this off first. Okay. I need it to be flat so that when I cut into it, I'm going to cut it in half. I wanted the knife big enough that I could get on both sides of this cabbage. And then I'm going to come in and cut the core out of the cabbage. Right there. Flip it over. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. Cut the core out of it. Pop it out. I'm going to do that with both heads of cabbage. There we go. And now I'm going to go get a bowl, a big bowl that I have. So give me a second. Unstack these bowls because it's just out of my reach to be able to lift all of these up at one time. This'll work. I don't need the bigger one. All right. So I'm gonna get everything out of the way right now. Put that bowl right there. There we go. All right. Now you can see right there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in and we're going to shred this by hand. I could get out my shredder. I've done that before. But with this small batch of sauerkraut that I'm going to make, I can just do it by hand. And you can make these as thin or as thick as you want for your sauerkraut. And I am loosening these up and looking for a core and getting the core out of there if I did not cut the entire core out. I tried to, but I see that I missed some of it. So one out of the 4 pieces. Like I said, I'm hoping that this bowl is big enough. I am like taking it apart because I'm going to be needing to to do some things with this. And it is going to, by the way, it's going to shrink, okay? If I need a bigger bowl, I'll get a bigger bowl. I am coming across 4 pieces. I could have sworn that I cut that out, but apparently I didn't. Well, it's turning out to be more than what I thought it was going to be. Okay. It didn't look like a lot until I got it shredded. We'll keep working with it. I think it's gonna fit. What do you guys think? Is this gonna fit? I don't want to waste any of it. She goes right between my feet. I felt him at my ankles. Oh.
Now this recipe comes from Miss Lori at Whippoorwill Holler, and I will link her YouTube page along with the video that I'm following down below, so you'll know where this recipe came from. And I have used this recipe before. A number of times. I've also used my mom's recipe, which is very similar to this one. It's actually pretty close to being the same. All right. So there we go. Now we have the cabbage shredded. The next stage, I am going to put this right here. We're going to get the knife out of the way because I don't want it to go flying. And I'm done with it. We are going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. And I'm using canning salt. Okay, 2 teaspoons of salt. Then we're going to get in here and we're going to start massaging this. And you're going to see, I want it to move so that I can spin it around. I'll be right back. I need more room. I didn't think I was going to have to get my big giant bowl out, but it looks like I do. Plus I'm going to move y'all just a bit. There. All right, let's get the bigger bowl out. These bowls, by the way, belong to my mother. Okay, here we go. And you're going to massage these pretty good. Getting that salt in there until you start seeing liquid form. There's another core. I told you I thought I got this core out of there. I'm glad I'm checking this. We're going to massage this for quite a while. Guess I should have had my glasses on when I was cutting this up. And any pieces that fly out of the bowl, you want to put back in the bowl. You want it all to get massaged. You're working that water out of the cabbage is what you're doing. Creating a brine in its own water. Susie, you didn't do a good job of getting that core out. That's okay, you're doing it now. I'm trying to break this cabbage down as much as possible. And y'all hear him. Y'all hear Chico. I'm telling you, he is not hurting, okay? He is not in pain. He's just limping. And when I get busy, he gets busy doing things like playing with his toys in the background. Oh, where did that piece go? Making your own sauerkraut is a labor of love. Initially, at the beginning, it definitely strengthens your hands. back in the bowl. And keep working with it. Now y'all can see it's gone down quite a bit. And the more you massage this, the more liquid is going to come out of it. More of that water. And the salt helps kind of bring that water out of it. And that's what you want. You want it to be softer than when you started, and get as much moisture out of it as you can. All right. Now we got that done. The next step, I'm gonna rinse my hands off and move my body around because my feet are going numb. All right. The next step is getting a cup of water, and I think my measuring cup is in the dishwasher. Yep, it is. I'm going to get this cup out, and I'm going to get me a microwave safe bowl. bring you back. All right, while I have the brine going in the microwave, which is 1 cup of water and 3 teaspoons of this pickling and canning salt, I'm gonna come in and fill up my jar. I really should have a funnel, but we're gonna wing it today. And basically I'm just gonna take this and put it inside the jar, just like this. I'm gonna see if I can get it all in one jar. We'll see how much it makes. This is a 1/2 gallon. And I have made this before. I'm going to be able to get it in here. You're going to pack it in there. Put this here, and all of that liquid is going to go into that jar. There we go. Rinse my hands. And then I'm going to come in here and make sure that all of this that I slung all over the place. I washed this, by the way, before I started because I wanted it nice and clean. Then I'm going to come in with this. We're going to tamp this down. And I did wash this and set it back there before I started this project. Everything was clean because you want to keep things clean. Washed the jar, I washed everything. You definitely don't want mold. But if it does grow mold, it's not too bad. All right. All right. Now that that's in there, and I have this warmed up, not hot, but warm. Chico, I need you to move out of the way, baby. I got hot liquid. All right. I want the salt in here to dissolve. So, I'm going to stir it until that salt is dissolved. Yeah, there's a little bit of cabbage in there. That's all right. That's what we're making anyway. And you can see that that made quite a bit of liquid in there. But this is just to kind of make sure it goes over the top. And then I kept these leaves because this is what I'm going to do. Give me a second. Let me check on Chico. I hear him tearing things up in that living room. Chico, what are you doing? He's got some energy in him today. And I'm going to put these large leaves over the top of this. Then I'm going to pour this over it. And put that on the top. And make sure that this is covered really, really well. And see, you can tell that it wasn't hot enough that it's burning me. I just wanted to dissolve the salt in it. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, now that it's underneath, all of it's underneath the brine, that's what I want to make sure. That's why I'm coming in and tucking it in really good around the edge. Because I want all of this underneath the brine. And pushing it down. Keep it tucking it in and pushing it down. Now you see, all of it is under the brine. No, hold on. All right. Rinsing everything off. Coming in with a weight that I have. And these weights, I use them quite often. And I'm going to drop the weight down in there to keep everything weighted down and under the brine. Then come in and wipe the jar down. Take all of this over to the sink. Get it out of my way. All right, now I'm gonna get my glasses on, some readers, because the next step is not a step you have to have, but I have it, so I'm going to use it. Today is, what day of the month is it? Let me go look. Hold on. Okay, June 12th, and I'm going to leave it for about 4 or 5 days. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I want to check it on the 17th. So I'm going to remind myself to check it on the 17th. And this little disc has a, let me show it to you. I'm showing it to you. It has numbers all the way around it. And so you set it to, you can do it either way. You can set it to the date that you put it, or you can set it to the date you want to check it. And I set it to the date I want to check it. And so then you take this. This is a breathable lid. You set it on top of the jar. You take a ring. You put it on it loosely, because you do want it to breathe, because this is, you're going to grow some bacteria in there, good bacteria for your gut. And you want it in a cool, dark place. I'm going to leave it on my counter here. I'm checking. And I'm going to put a towel over it to make it dark. So let me go get a towel. I'm going to go get a kitchen towel. I'll be right back. And look, it is finally stopped raining. Okay. Here's this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place it in the dark with my towel. Just like that. And it's going to rest on my counter here. Now I'm going to get the kitchen cleaned up and we'll move on to the next project. I'm going to bring you in and we're going to chop up some vegetables. I have the broccoli in the bag ready to steam, but I want to add vegetables to it as well. So I am going to come in with the rest of the onion that I had. I want to go ahead and chop this up. And so that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to come in and chop this up. Turn it that way. Chop it this way. And then all right. So now we have the onions chopped up. And in this steam bag, I'm going to put a handful of the onions. And the rest of these onions are going to go into this container right here for me to use later in the week. Now, behind the scenes, I went ahead and washed up these bell peppers. So, now what I'm going to do is come in and cut off the stem and this seed pod. I'm going to do that with all of these. really didn't work off too well, but it's gonna be all right. Chico's leaking up the seeds. I'm not sure how they're going to affect his stomach, but he hasn't gotten sick over this stuff, so. This one is an interesting one. All right, we're getting her done. One more. All right, I'm going to come in and we are going to slice these up. Chop them up. Put them in the container as we go. There's something quite satisfying with chopping up your vegetables. And just spending the day working with vegetables. I don't know why, but it's just satisfying. All right, I'm gonna work through these and chop them up, and I'll bring you back when I'm done and show you what I'm gonna do with some of this. Okay. I do want some red ones, because I am in the process of putting together steamed broccoli with onions and bell peppers, and I want some of the red ones in there. So, what did I do with that broccoli? There it is, right here. All right, let's get some of these green and red bell peppers in here. Okay. So now we got that. I am going to put some salt and pepper in this, a pat of butter, and a teaspoon of water, and we're going to steam this for, I think it said 3 minutes. And I'll bring you back when I got all this done. I'm bringing you in to show you that I have this full of bell peppers and this full of onions chopped up going into the refrigerator for future recipes that are coming up. Hi everyone, I'm bringing you in to show you what I'm having for lunch today. That rotisserie chicken that I tore apart earlier is now going to be my lunch today. Give me a minute. There we go. I was off center there for a minute. There we go. And this is a chicken breast. It is a half of a chicken breast and the steamed broccoli that I just steamed in the microwave using one of those steam bags that I had in my cabinet up there. One of the things that I've been doing while editing a video today is, and it's just been coming across my feed, is watching Phil Roberts' family as they celebrate the end of his life. And it's really interesting and not sad. I don't think it's sad. I think they're celebrating the person that he became, and they celebrated how Miss Kay stuck with him through the thick and thin, which is something that doesn't happen quite often these days. And I'm really touched by how the family is celebrating his legacy and carrying on his lessons. I believe a lot of what you saw in Duck Dynasty was really him. This broccoli is good. So what I did is I put 2 teaspoons of water in there. Onions and the bell pepper, salt and pepper. Mixed it up, put it in the microwave for I think 3 minutes and steamed it. put it into a bowl about this size without the um, without this in the middle, and put some butter on top of it, and it's so good. Mm. And it's such a simple meal. It took me no time to throw together. And a lot of it is from the food bank. Rotisserie chicken and the broccoli is from the food bank. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this. Drinking my electrolyte water early today. And we'll see what I get into later on.
Good morning, everyone. I am ending yesterday's video because let me tell you what happened. I was in the middle of filming last night and didn't get any of the footage when I made the taco meat. And so I want to let you know that I made taco meat last night with some of the bell peppers and onions that I chopped up. I opened up that salsa and had 2 teaspoons of salsa in a whole pound of ground beef, and it was just the right heat. I probably could have used a little more salsa. So I'm going to use the salsa just a little bit at a time. But I want to thank you all for coming out and spending the day with me as I, go through my day. But above all, I want you to be blessed because you all bless me each and every day. And I want to ask you to hit the like button, subscribe, please, if you haven't already, and watch every one of my videos all the way through. It really makes a difference. And I will see you all at bingo or getting ready for bingo.